Hi everyone, welcome to the 2nd of December. I hope we're all doing well. It's going to be a big day today. We've got parents' evening, so I'm going to be in school for quite a while today. I've got lots to show you. Again, today's episode could well be entitled Stuff I Forgot to Show You Yesterday and Things I Forgot to Tell You Yesterday. For example, I forgot to tell you that my Etsy shop currently has a Black Friday sale on till the 8th of December, I think. Any two charts or two or more charts and it's 25% off the total. So definitely a discount worth having. I also forgot to show you the freebie yesterday. So the freebie that I had picked out for yesterday, and I have got another one for today and I have put it right on the top of the pile, is by Colorado cross stitcher Sherry, and she has designed Cocoa Cottage. She does have a few freebies on her site, so I'll be showing you probably a few more across the course of the month. What I try and do is show you the Christmassy ones first, the ones that I think you might want to stitch and maybe have stitched by Christmas if you're looking for that last little project. And then as we go through the month, I'll be picking out freebies that will cover you for across the course of the year. So this is Cocoa Cottage, just to give you an outline. So this is sort of like a little, as it says, cottage with a snowman. You probably can't see the snowman, with teacups and things resting on his head. So it is 60 by 50, just over 60 by 50. So it wouldn't be a very, very big stitch. And I think it kind of goes with the theme of the Christmas jumper for today, which always reminds me of like Little House Needleworks. So I'm very happy with that. The other thing that I forgot to show you yesterday, and I'm just trying to remember what side I put it on, was my stitch that is just about to go up on the wall. And as we have decorated for Christmas today, these four fine fellows need to go back up on the wall. Now, what they are replacing, and I was going to show it to you today, but maybe I'll show it to you tomorrow when I've taken it off the wall, is an Ecuadorian devil mask. So from the sublime to the ridiculous, or from the ridiculous to the sublime, whichever way you want to think about it. So these are the Santa portraits from the November-December issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine 2011. And all four were in the same edition. And I stitched them on 4 pieces of fabric that I hand dyed myself. So 1 piece but cut into 4. And then I found this frame that's like a window pane, and I framed them and stuck them in there. So this frame was from Amazon, and if I can find it again, I will link it down below because I always get comments on this one. Do you know what, I always think to myself, I don't know why I don't sort of decorate seasonally more often, because I've got all these lovely things that I want to display kind of seasonally, and then before I know it, the season's here and then the season's gone. And then when I get all the Christmas things out the loft, it makes me remember why. Because it's a lot of flipping work. It's a lot of flipping work. Things need to be moved around, things need to go out of the loft, there's dust and stuff like that. And so we have got all the Christmas decorations out today. It does look lovely. I've decorated the main tree, which I bought in the sale, not last year, the year before. And I've made the mistake of it's flocked. Now our previous tree was an artificial tree, or a synthetic tree, or a sympathetic tree, as my auntie would used to call it, and it started dropping more needles than a real tree, so it was time for a new one. So I bought this tree, and it looked very nice. I didn't particularly want a flocked one, but it was a good deal, and so I got this tree. Well, it has been flocked to within an inch of its life. Somebody at that factory has understood the assignment and has flocked this Christmas tree. So last year I spent quite a lot of time declumping the Christmas tree, and this year it looks better and a bit more of it's fallen off since, which is quite good. However, it did mean that Buddy, my mum's cockapoo, was also now flocked, so he was covered in bits of white, but it does look lovely. I don't do tinsel, I just do glass ornaments with white lights, and they look fabulous. And maybe I'll show you it one time if I can get a really nice picture. And then by my chair, I have another little Christmas tree, which is the one that I've got all the pieces on that I've stitched. And so that one is plugged in, but it isn't decorated yet. So as I find out the pieces, I will show you them. Right, let's have a little look at the first of the advent calendars. I'm going to start off with this one. This one is the Rodular board one. Now, I think I said a couple of times yesterday it's wooden. It's not, it's really thick cardboard, like a chipboard. And I found the piece out. We've got this lovely little hare this time, and he's number 2, and number 2 actually bizarrely is all the way up here. Now these pieces do fit really nice and tightly. So there is the little rabbit, and then I'll just show you the one from yesterday in case you didn't get a good enough shot. So what have I been stitching on? Well, obviously I have done the first assignment in the holiday countdown, and this is what we had. Now I said yesterday that this linen that had been dyed, have I got the name of it in this? No, I haven't. I'll have to look back on my video and actually see what it said on the envelope when I first opened it. And I said it was a grey. And actually when I looked at it in the light, it's actually like a very pale kind of blue, which looks completely white in this light. So I have done the first assignment. So we will have a look and see what comes next in just a second. And I stayed up really late last night, far too late, because there was a programme on about the darts that I wanted to watch, because it is getting time for the World Championships. It's Ali Pali, so that will provide quite a lot of stitching time, because I do like to watch the darts. So I did some more work on my Norfolk, which you probably can't see because I just brought the border down a little bit further, and then I have started, and probably have left a needle, yes I have left a needle poking through. I've started to do the over one verse. Take a little bite at a time. It's the 4-line verse that starts, "Teach me to feel another's woe." So that's that one. So everything went quite well with the decorating today, as I said. I even cleared out a couple of bags at the charity shop, because there's quite a few decorations that probably for the last 10 years have come out of the loft and then gone back up in the loft. And I decided that this is the year that they need to find a new home. Except for the fact that I was emptying the Hoover, and we'd taken the bin outside to empty the bin, and I just wanted to empty the Hoover in the top of the bin, except I was a bit previous pressing the button and the bottom flew open and I was covered head to toe in the dust from the Hoover. So I've had 2 showers today because it was just like horrible. So speaking of the Evertote Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery Advent, and I'm gonna have to get a shorter name for that, because that's quite a mouthful every time. I'm gonna have to work on an acronym for that. So this is number 2. Ooh, well that's a lovely colour. So this time we have got First Frost, which is like a very pale greeny colour. Beautiful. Oh, look at those two together. I love red and sort of pale green, and red and turquoise, those sorts of colours together. So what have we got here? Head over to the Modern Folk Embroidery YouTube channel, as I'll take you on a trip to Sweden to talk about one of my favourite museums in the world. So, I'll have to make time to go over and see Jacob's video. So, what we have got now, and I'll show you, is sort of under these red doodads, which were referred to in the previous chart as things, we now have sort of 4 kind of like flowery things that are going to sit underneath that. So that should be interesting. And not too big. I do like the fact that things aren't too big to be done of an evening, ready for the next day. I know that Caroline from Evertote is also doing a FlossMas when she's going through the Modern Folk Embroidery calendar and lots of other goodies. And I'm also going to have to start tomorrow, aren't I, with things I forgot. I forgot to bring my Hannah Rat water. Never mind, we've got lots more days. We've got lots more days. Right, let's have a look at number 2 from Historic Sample Company's Advent. feels like a needle minder to me, maybe. Oh, it is. Will you look at that? It's a gingerbread needle minder. Their needle minders are beyond amazing. They are really, really well made and they are really strong. Having said that, I generally don't use a needle minder myself because I stitch in hand, but I do like to kind of fix them onto things. I've got a metal tray upstairs that I put a lot of them on, and I've also got another tin that I put a lot of them on. So there we go. And the other thing that I grabbed was what is in this pouch. Now this is something that I started last year, maybe even the year before. And this is by Crochet to Go Go, and it's the winter sampler. Excuse my crumpled copy. And I started this with Amanda, who is Alba Stitcher. And I really, really loved it. And I quite fancy getting back and doing a little bit more of this. Now, I know it's on a fibre on a whim, but I can't remember which one. Look at that house. I am using the called for, which is DMC, but instead of DMC white, and I haven't got it in here, I am using sulky. It's on a 36 count, so it's 1 strand over 2. But so the sulky white just shows up just a little bit more because it's a little bit thicker. So these are all the colours. Excuse, gosh, that's a right old rat's nest, isn't it? Let's see if a good old twist will make it better. A little bit better. A little bit better. That fairy elephant you can hear upstairs is Chris. He's just had a shower. So yes, I would like to get back and do a little bit more of this at some point in the very near future. So we shall see. We shall see. Right, that's it from me. I hope you have a lovely 2nd of December, and I will see you tomorrow for the 3rd of December. Stay classy, stitchers. I've done it again. I forgot the flipping freebie. Right, I'm interrupting myself because this is the freebie. Erin Elizabeth, and it is called Frosty Owl Freebie. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? I couldn't forget it again, could I? Such an amateur. Anyway, I'm going now. Stay classy, stitchers.